Yo, it's your boy JSF. So I just wanted to do another video. I've seen recently, I was actually meaning to do this like a week or so ago, and people were saying, like Sonic Fox, Tweety, etc. were saying Geras isn't top 5, he's not one of the best characters, or he's not the best in the game, blah 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 blah, because you know everybody was like Geras is super broke. They're like, no, he's not actually that good. So I just wanted to make a quick video. I'm going to try to make this quick, just kind of proving that Geras is the best character in the game, and I'll even get into why they feel that way, because I understand why they're saying that now. But I'm just here to say Geras is the best character in the game, hands down. It's not even, there's not that, like, there's no other top tier characters, and yes, he has matchups he's going to struggle in, like any other character in the game. You're going to struggle against some characters, right? And I'm not a Geras main, I'm not a super professional Geras player, but I've done some research on the character. I've, you know, put a little bit of effort into the character. I don't like playing him, and I've just watched a shit ton of Geras play, and it's just, after a while, for me personally, I don't know about everybody else, it's not hard to see, it's not hard to realize some things, and he's the best character in the game. So I'm gonna start getting into like reasons. Like, there are other characters that do good damage, that have good normals, blah 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 blah, but one of the things that makes the character overpowered in the sense of fighting games in general, right? When you're a character that can do a bunch of shit that nobody else can do, you're typically a little too good. It's like when there's one thing you can do, but somebody else has something else they can do that you can't do, you know, that's understandable. But he has just a privilege to him, which is shocking. But you know, there's things he can do that other characters can't. So first off, he has the best down one in the game. Best down one in the game. And yes, it's a 6 frame down one, and I'm not just saying it's the best in the game. It's a 6 frames. Sub-Zero has a 6 frame down one. I think Aaron Black does too. But his range is really good, and look, it's respectable. He's got like good, respectable down one range from there, which is good, and it's super fast and it's straight. There's no weird gimmicky hitbox to it. Like, for an example, I've got Frost here. So for an example, like, you can say, like, say her down 3 was 6, her down was 9 frames. It's got good range, but it's now 9 frames. That's the trade-off, right? Super slow. And her down 3 is 8 frames. But look at this hitbox. So this will hit from here, hit from here, hit from here, hit from here, hit from. I'm going back a little bit every time I do that, but this won't hit, and that's the faster normal. So that's what I mean by it doesn't have a weird gimmicky hitbox or anything. There's no trade-off. It's just fast. It's just fast and good. Best down one in the game. He also has the best throw game in the game, and I think we all know that. He's the only character in the game where both of his throws leave him right next to you, and guess what? With the same amount of advantage, he can throw you again, or he can go into strings, which I should get into now. He has his forward 2-1-2. His forward 2 is a 11 frame normal. He doesn't have 9 or 11 frame mid, I should say. He doesn't have 9 frame mid strings like characters like Cassie and Liu Kang, but he doesn't need them. He has a 6 frame down one, which those characters don't have, and he has an 11 frame mid string, which is really good. And it's kind of like it's like an auto shimmy. Like, is he gonna do this or is he gonna do this? How similar are these two things? And it's all in your wake up. You know, you can't roll. If you roll, he can, you know, grab you out of it. If you got a wake up attack, and then it's a risk. So he's the only character in the game where both of his throws lead to throw loops, like Street Fighter V throw loops. He has them. He's the only character in the game who has them. He's also the only character in the game who has access to, let me be accurate about this, 1 crushing blow, right? 1, 2 crushing blows. These are just in his move list. 3 crushing blows. That's all for there. Special moves. Quicksand. That's 4 crushing blows. His gauntlet, that's 5 crushing blows, and the universal down 2 crushing blow, which is 6. So I will say his gauntlet crushing blow you have to charge, but it's not impractical. It's not. You can, you know, you can, and I've seen some people do that, and his gauntlet is one of the things you can charge up some. Well, I'm doing that completely wrong. And get the crush. So you don't have to just hold it all at once and then do it. And you can hold it, whatever, and then let it go afterwards. It's something you have to work for, but it's practical and possible. He's the only character in the game with 6 practical crushing blows. The only one in the entire game with this. So let's go over some things. He's the only character with throw loops, 6 practical crushing blows. He had jump splash, which is jump down 2. Best jumping in the game, free. He's got the best down 1 in the game, best jumping in the game, best Oki game because he can throw you or go into an 11 frame mid, which has some solid range. Doesn't have amazing range, but it'll punish anything and do what it needs to do. He has that. He has great damage, and I'm not a Gears player. I'm gonna just throw that out there. So no, if anyone's wondering why I'm not doing like the crazy cool Gears combos, I don't really know them. Yeah, that's my best effort. I don't know. I know he can get well over 40 on that. He can get close to 50. He can, if he has his gauntlet charged up, he can get 60, 70, all this other crazy percent without spending Fatal Blow. Well, he maybe needs to spend Fatal Blow to get 70, but he can get extremely good damage. Every combo he lands, he's doing 30%. And this is one that works mid-screen. He's getting over 30% every combo if he spins a bar. So that's a novelty that every character doesn't have in the game. It's just, you know, he's like, his down 3 doesn't hit low. Is that a weakness? Like, what are his weaknesses? He has matchups he loses. Yes, 100%. Like every character in the game does, everybody loses to somebody. That's the nature of fights and fighting games. Everybody is going to struggle against somebody. But and the reason you got players like Sonic Fox, Tweety, etc. saying he's not the best, we've been on Gears since the top 5. He's good, but he's not as broken or strong as you guys think. The reason they're saying stuff like that, because as people who play Gears and are starting to play him more and deal with more shit, they're starting to lose more and see more holes in his game. But that's just because this character is more fleshed out than anyone else on the cast. Gears is like the most thought about, tested out, game planned against character in the game. Like, do you think people are testing out Frost, like how to beat Frost, as much as they're testing out how to beat Gears? They're not, because nobody cares about beating Frost because she's not that good. But Gears is a character who's proven to be dominant. And there's other characters like Sonya, there's Scorpion, but Gears was like the one everybody was looking at was #1. Because those characters are good, but Sonya can't throw loop you. Sonya doesn't have the best down 1 in the game. Sonya doesn't have 6 crushing blows she can get practically in a match. And let me, like, to be clear, most characters have 3 to 4 crushing blows that they have access to. He has 6, and they're all practical. There's one that he has to charge up, but that doesn't make it impractical. When you have a move like this that freezes them for you, like that stops the move from being impractical. That makes it like a realistic thing. He has the best jumping in the game, best down 1 in the game, good mids. He has one of his crushing blows is off of a mix-up, and you can't guess. Oh, hold on. You like have to guess. You can't react. That's what I mean to say. You can't react to it. It's either low or overhead, and if you guess wrong on the mix, I can't make it crush because she's not blocking, and I'm not gonna go through all that. But if you guess wrong, that's 30%. He's got 2 other crushing blows that trigger just on counters and punishes. If you whiff a normal or you do anything punishable when he punishes you, he can, you know, punish you with this, and then he's just he just has it all. Like, so when I see people say like, oh, Geras isn't the best, blah blah blah, y'all just think no, I know why they say that. I get it. I understand. I know why they think he's not the best anymore, because they've trained against him. They've tested things against him. Like, oh, some characters can block the second hit in this 4-2-1-2 string, or whatever the hit is. They can interrupt it. Cassie can nut kick. Great. But guess what? Geras is good without this string. That's another 11 frame mid string. That's another one. Guess what? It's special cancelable. Guess what? I still got over 30% off of it. Like, It's just people like this one string. We got ways to get past it. Okay, cool. I have another string, and I have another string, and they're all mids, and they're not like this one is still 11 frames. This one isn't, but they're still there. It's like 14 frames, I think, is forward one. 14 frames, yeah, startup. It's got more range than all the rest of them. Here's some round start. Like, you know, he's still got that. He's still got that. He's still got a good down too. He's got good damage, and he can have amazing damage. He can have amazing damage if his like gauntlet's charged up. If it's a corner combo where he spins 2 bars, he can have some of the best damage in the game. He's got that. He's got great mix-ups because he has true 50-50s like that. That is a true 50-50. Like, you need to guess. I mean, I'm sure you can stare for a few frames like his animation. Like, looks like he's gonna. No, it's a true 50-50. Like, you need to guess. He can make you guess, and if you guess wrong, you can get crushed for it. This crushes on a counter hit. So he controls the neutral exactly how Scorpion's teleport does without the teleport. Because look, this is a low. You need to low block. So Geras is throwing all this shit out at 4 distances. And you like, I'm just trying to walk around willy-nilly and do whatever I want. I'm just like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. No, I can't do any of that because all the time I'm doing this, he can sand trap me. So I need to be ready. I need to be ready to low block. I need to be. It's like playing against Scorpion. Like, you need to be ready. You need to be jumping. And if you have nothing to do in the air, well, good luck, because he can get you on the way down. So he controls the neutral the same way Scorpion does with that teleport, but he doesn't. He has true mix-ups. Oh my God! He's got the true mix-ups. Best jumping in the game, best down one in the game, one of the best down 2s in the game, some of the best damage in the game. Throw loops that no other character has. 6 crushing blows no other character has. Of course, there are going to be counters to him. But there are counters to every character. If you take Jackie in the lab, find a way to counter her, you'll find it. You'll find it. If you take Aaron Black in the lab, if you take Sonya in the lab, and you put the hours that they've put into Geras into those characters, you're gonna find reasons. You're gonna find things like, oh, this isn't as good as I initially thought. And you're gonna start blocking Sonya's mix-ups. You're gonna start, you know what I mean? She hesitates. You're gonna start punishing her. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's not good. So I just wanted to go through some of that stuff. Sorry if I went on a little bit of a rant. It's just kind of crazy to me that people are starting to say, oh, Geras isn't top 5. He isn't the best. He's the best character in the game, and it's clear as day. Granted, if I played against him 1,000 times and every other top tier 200 times, I might be better at fighting him. I might find some ways to beat him. That doesn't make him not as good. Like, if they put in the effort they put into Geras and everybody else, he'd still be the best. He's, you know, really powerful. He's overpowered, but he's not the only overpowered character in the game, so I'm not, you know, saying nerf everybody, but if you're going to make him like this, give Frost a fucking 7-frame down one at least. If he can have a 6-frame, she can have a 7-frame. But I'm not going to turn this into a buff Frost video. I just wanted to go over some of that because, you know, I see people say things that I know aren't true. Like, in their top players, they're great players, but I don't know. I don't like false information being spread. I don't. That's just me. And again, I'm not saying I'm better than Tweety, better than Sonic Fox, better than any of these pro players, except maybe Kombat. I don't think he's that good. But I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm just saying they can be wrong. They're human, you know? They feel things and they may base it on their own experiences. So if they beat the shit out of Geras, you know, they might think different. But then we just saw Kombat pick Geras and 3-0 Dragon. And then we just saw Sonic Fox pick Geras and beat Dragon and put them in losers. So, you know, this is just Geras stuff. So I don't know how anybody can make a case at all for this character not being #1 in the game. I just don't get it. I don't see it. Somebody's got to show me. So as far as I know, as far as I see, I believe the honest truth is he's the best in the game. But if you guys disagree, feel free to let me know. Leave comments, say anything, tell me I'm trash, tell me I suck, and I'll say I know. Yeah, have a good one.